When you let bad guys stay on the street, you shouldn't be surprised when you get more crime. When you defund the police, you shouldn't be surprised when you get more crime. When you pass legislation that ends cash bail, you shouldn't be surprised when you get more crime. And when you do all those things, you shouldn't be surprised that we have, a 1,700 police officer shortage in the city. That's what left-wing policies have done. And we got a short video we want to show that shows how it plays out on the street, which you've all talked about and all experienced in a personal and firsthand way. So if we can play that video, and then we'll get right to the members' questions.
Chicago's now the carjacking capital of the nation.
Bodies are being littered in the streets of Chicago.
Violent crime continues to plague Chicago. It's not only hurting the people who live there, but also the businesses that call Chicago home.
Deadly gun violence is surging in Chicago once again.
Another night of crime alerts. These attacks are just crazy.
Viciously stabbed in a random attack.
Hostiles have exploded.
It's like it's the Wild West. I mean, it's very scary.
No one can ever be safe in the city of Chicago.
10 armed robberies within a 30-minute period.
It's not a matter of, if you're going to be hit, but when you're going to be hit.
Unending, senseless, insane violence across the Windy City.
The vehicle break-ins in this area have become a near daily occurrence.
We've seen an explosion, shootings, and murders. The Democrat-led city is seeing a 40% spike with no signs of slowing down.
Park your car, you don't know if it's going to be the night it's going to get broken into again.
Motor vehicle thefts are up in the city 104%.
Crimes are mounting.
19,000 car thefts. Vehicles left covered in shattered glass.
5-month-old baby was among those killed. We have yet to hear our mayor say anything, word one, about the criminals running rampant in our street.
Innocent people in Chicago are victimized by a justice system that cares more about political correctness than punishing the criminals who've harmed them and their families. For 11 years, Chicago has led the country in homicides, and has only gotten worse under State's Attorney Kim Foxx. According to an official report by the Chicago Police Department, crime in Chicago overall has increased during the last 5 years by nearly 20%. Theft is also a huge problem in Chicago, which saw an 114% increase in car thefts and a 32% increase in other thefts between 2018 and 2022. And we know what happened this past weekend. 30 individuals shot this past weekend. The rise in violent crime in Chicago has been coupled with attacks on the men and women who wear the uniform, on our great law enforcement officers. 2021, 76 Chicago police officers were shot in the line of duty. 2 officers, tragically, have already been killed this year. The brave men and women in law enforcement deserve better. Chicago leaders have argued Ms. Fox's policies on non-prosecution and eliminating cash bail are keeping too many criminals on the streets and making the city more dangerous. Her presumption is not to prosecute. Remember the violent riots back in 2020 where there were charges of assault, mob action, and aggravated battery to a police officer? Ms. Foxx told her office that there should be a presumption against proceeding unless there was a body or a dash cam footage available, or if a police officer was the complainant. A rogue prosecutor's decision not to prosecute crimes is made even worse when the legislature passes its pro-criminal policies that they did just recently with the so-called Safety Act. This law abolished bail, implemented arrest and release policies for policing, limited when defendants could be deemed flight risk, and prevented police from arresting nonviolent trespassers. The result? 63% of Chicagoans now do not feel safe in their city. By downplaying surging crime and denying victims justice, the leaders of the city are failing their citizens. I mean, you stop and think about it. First, it was defund the police, the former mayor. Then it's this Safety Act, and then it's a prosecutor who won't prosecute the bad guys. This level of crime spills into every aspect of daily life in Chicago. Local pharmacy chose to open 2 aisles for shoppers while everything else is kept hidden and only bringing out items at the shopper's request. The pharmacy took such drastic steps because retail theft and the violence that comes with it is just too great in Chicago. We want to also extend a special thank you to the Chicago Fraternal Order of Police. John Canizara, thank you for the work you do, the FOP president. I saw John just right here on the front. Yeah, right there on the front. Thank you so much. You guys, you've been tremendous hosts. We appreciate all you've done to help us set this up today. And we support you and we thank you for serving our country every day.